Star Children. In today's video, I'm going to share information on rather different souls that have been incarnating into our planet and are still coming in, that come from a different part of space, that have a very different frequency and a very different mission. So welcome to Inner Quantum. My name is Alexandra, and I hope you find this useful. So since the 90s, since the mid-90s of the last century, all the way up till now, there have been waves of different souls incarnating into our planet that have a very different energy. These children, these new children, and they used to be called indigos or crystal children, they are really star children because they come from different parts of our universe. Sometimes they come from the same galaxy, but with a different frequency. But oftentimes nowadays, many of these souls really come from a very different part of the cosmos, very different galaxies with very, very different frequencies. Now, these children tend to be very sensitive. They come with special gifts. Many of these children are aware of their star lineage. They have a sort of innate awareness that they come from a different place, where they have a different form, where they have a very different civilization, or perhaps they have no form at all. Maybe they're just energy. Many of these children can see energies, they can see spirits, they can remember other lifetimes, sometimes on Earth, many times in other places and locations within the wider universe. And so the most important question here is, why are these children in ever larger numbers incarnating into human bodies? And so they have come, starting from the 90s up till now, to be a co-creator, to be a very active participant, and eventually even leaders in what we call the ascension process, because Earth and humanity are in a process of an upgrade, a rise in consciousness. And these children have incarnated here, are still incarnating here, to anchor their very unique higher frequency, to anchor higher frequencies and vibrations on planet Earth that are way more in alignment with the new Earth frequencies that we are in the process of aligning to, ascending to. So this word New Earth was coined by my beloved mentor, Dolores Cannon, somewhere early in the 2000s. And it's become a term, a name that has been thrown around a lot. And so what it initially, or what it originally meant, was that Earth was in this incredibly complex, profound, once in a lifetime transformational process in which, in Dolores' understanding, the Earth would split in two. So there would be quite literally a new Earth, and everyone who would choose to go to this new Earth, who would raise their consciousness level enough, would go eventually and awaken in this new Earth. And all the rest of the souls that would have chosen to remain with the old Earth, or the old energy Earth, would then remain in that Earth, in that version of Earth, and sort of continue on the timeline that we are now, which is one of wars, of suffering, of pollution, of more separation, violence, also, especially the whole transhumanism agenda, where man eventually merges with the machine. So about very advanced AI, etc. So that was sort of, let's say, in a simplistic form, explaining this whole new Earth concept. Now, over the years, this term and this topic has refined quite a lot. And we understand now that New Earth is not so much a place, a tangible, physical place or a destination, but it is a dimension, it is a frequency, because all frequencies, ultimately, all dimensions um, exist right on top of each other, and they all exist right now in this eternal present moment of now. And your vibration and level of consciousness ultimately decides to which dimension you belong, or to which dimension you have enough refinement to actually materialize in that dimension, that you can sustain a certain higher level of frequency. Now, back to the children. The souls of these children are already much higher vibrational beings. They come from planetary constellations or different parts of space where they are 5D and higher, 6, 7, and it goes up. And so these children, they have usually more DNA strands already activated, which provides them with all these special gifts. And they also have a special purpose because they have incarnated in ever-growing numbers in this particular time space to be of assistance to the ascension, to this shift to New Earth, because they already intrinsically inhibit the frequency of 5D and higher. So if the New Earth frequency is fifth dimensional, it means that many humans need to still go through this very profound and intense process of this sort of alchemical energetic transformation to be able to sustain a frequency in 5D. These children already vibrate at that level automatically, naturally. And so they have come here to assist humanity and this planet in this once of a lifetime transformation. And they do that by anchoring. So first of all, they anchor these higher frequencies already just by their presence and by totally aligning with the earth grids. They also they fortify the existing crystalline grids on earth, but they're also here to create and ignite new grids, the new foundational grids for what we call the new earth. So that is a handful. And so their purpose, ultimately, their soul's purpose with most of these children is to be frequency embodiers, to be frequency anchors that really go deep into the earth throughout all the layers, and to be very actively participating in the foundations for New Earth. They are going to be making new systems for society. They are going to become the new leaders. They are going to be incredible problem solvers, etc., etc. And so many of these children can have food intolerances. So they are they are in need of very pure foods. So they need to be nurtured through food in the purest way possible, with, if possible, with organic foods, preferably a vegetarian or vegan diet. They also go through periods, or let's say through phases, where they can have certain food intolerances to certain foods, and this will change over time. So it will stabilize once they grow into adulthood. But it is really important that they receive really pure nourishment, and that also that they are nurtured by right parenthood, because these children are not like other children, because they are already a more advanced form of the human prototype. Let's say so. All the adults now, people over 40, 50, 60, yeah, we are a very different prototype. We only have 2 strands of DNA activated. The ones in active ascension will already have more, but these children already come with more strands activated upon birth. And so the right nurturing environment by the parents is very, very vital. That the parents are patient, that parents have a certain spiritual understanding, that these children can also be very sensitive to Western functional medicine. So it would also be helpful if parents are open to natural ways of curing. And many times it has occurred that these children already know about natural or crystalline healing methodologies or modalities. They understand that sound, for instance, is a new frontier in medicine, and the medicinal power of plants, which was the original medicine, not modern medicine. And so they need a lot of extra care. Also, when they are in the conventional schooling systems, they can really struggle. So when you are a parent, or work with these kind of special children, they would much better thrive in what we would call the more progressive alternative educational systems, like a Rudolf Steiner school or a Montessori school, or any kind of modern kind of schooling system where they put the child in all of its purity sort of central, yeah, where it's less sort of one size fits all that gets sort of pushed through a mold, which happens a lot in conventional Western education. I just needed to just go over my notes. So the most important thing with these very special children is that they receive the space and the right environment and the patience, the time to integrate all of those different aspects of their soul imprint, because they are so different than the normal children with normal DNA. They can also have very vivid dreams of different worlds. Sometimes they describe quite sci-fi sort of dreams or scenarios. This is all very common with these kind of children, especially because most of them will have a very close connection with their star families or their place of cosmic origin. And so many times they will get visitations from their star families. They will be able to see other energies. They will be able to see spirits. And of course, all of these things need to be integrated in a way that is sort of palatable for them, that makes them balanced, that doesn't give them fear, also ultimately is going to sort of not make them feel like they are so different anymore. So that is the most important thing, that all of these different aspects of their original soul blueprint are acknowledged, that they are nurtured, and that they are given the proper care and time and space to be all of that, so they can totally bloom into these amazing human beings that they came here to be. So that's going to take some special parenting. And if there are any questions, of course, you can write to me, and I will, do my best to give you the best possible advice or guidance, and also, enjoy being the parent of one of these very special children, because we are living through very special times, and I think it's really an honor that these souls have chosen you to be their parent, especially the soul chooses their mother. And so, to all the mothers that have birthed these star children, blessings to you. It's a very great honor, and it's a very great blessing. So I hope that this was useful for many of you, and I hope to see you in my other videos. So thank you and many blessings. Ja, zal ik hem eerst even opnemen? Heb ik wel alles gezegd? It's still recording, but I can't. No, okay, so end meeting.